Back at the range with the Bren MK2. After last week's session and the few hang-ups I had, Gabe with Valhall Arms called me and suggested that I turn the gas down and not up. And so that's what I did, and I'm going to see if it will cycle any better, and if it doesn't, then I'm going to turn it up and see if that works. But Gabe, he was the builder of this firearm, and if anybody would know, Gabe would. So that's what I'm going to do. I have two mags here. One came with the kit and one Gabe threw in. Actually, that's not true. The mag I got was not the right mag, the one that came with my kit, and Gabe traded me for a 303 mag, and then he threw another one in. So compliments of Valhall Arms, I got two mags that are correct for this gun. Alright, so I did put a little bit of a spacer in the buffer tube to try and increase the spring a little bit. That may or may not have affected the intermittent issue I had last week. I don't know. I did not take the spacer out, so that's another thing. Okay, I do have my shooting glasses on, and I'm at 50 yards, and okay, I think safety's off. Nope, it didn't actually load. Okay, yeah, there's one in there. I don't know what the hell. Okay, try it again. It did load around, it just didn't engage the trigger. There's one. I don't think it loaded one. It went off. Yeah, it didn't feed it. Okay. Might need a magazine spring. Oh, by the way, these are Bren primed cases, so yeah, I can't reload them. And it did it again. And I can see that it didn't feed. It's stuck in there. Alright, I'm going to try the other mag. Frickin' shit. What's going on here? I don't think it's allowing that not enough gas to fully cycle the bolt is my guess. So okay, I'm going to pull the barrel and move the gas. I'm going to adjust the gas Right now, there's the gas. Okay, this is, I have to tap it. Oh, wait a minute. I'm doing the wrong thing. So first off, close that. There's a barrel nut. Okay, now it's off. Now I'm going to open it up. Gotta get something. I think I have some. This will probably work. So I need to move the gas. So I gotta go the other way. We'll open it all the way up. See what happens. Alright. There's 4 positions. And now I'm in the I'll figure this out here in a second. Alright. So now I've increased the gas. Let's put these 2 in a mag. See if it works now. Ah, did it again. And I can. It loaded, it didn't engage. So the other thing I need to do is try and take the spacer out. See if that works. All right. The buffer tube, you can gain access to the spring assembly here, but you want to make sure you hang on to this because that stuff comes flying out of there. All right, now there's the spacer I had in it. It's off of there, and put this back on. Hopefully I can get it back on. It's under spring tension. I don't know if that spacer was a good idea or not, but we'll see. Okay. Alright, I'm going to pause the camera. Okay. So, got that spacer out of the buffer tube, or not buffer tube. Yeah, buffer tube. And try it again. Maybe I do need to go to the lowest setting. I don't know. Trigger reset. But it probably didn't pick up that. Oh, it did something. It loaded the next round. It's got a very light dent. but no ignition. What the hell is going on here? Now I got nothing. I can feel the hammer going forward, but it's not igniting. I had less issues last week than I am this week. I know it picked the round up. There it is. And it's got the dent in it from firing. It could be a dud. I don't think it is, but it's starting to piss me off. All right. So now I got two that failed to fire. I'm going to load them back up. Let's see, I should have brought my reloads with me just to see if that made a difference, and I didn't bring them. At this point, it could be the ammunition. Okay, I'll save those for my bolt gun and see if they go off in my bolt gun, because there's definitely a dent in that primer. These are Bren primed, so, and the ammunition was made in, if I'm reading this right, 9/81. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's try the other mag again. Yeah, it might just be the ammunition. Last round, and it wouldn't go off. Let's try putting an empty case in, and then put the on top of it. Don't think that's going to make a difference. Okay. Ow, that's hot. Seriously, I don't know what's going on here. So, I don't know if it's ammunition. I look at the firing pin depth on all of these. It's all pretty much the same. So, yeah, I suspect, at this point, I suspect this old ammunition, because it is old surplus ammunition. So, I don't think it's the gun. So, I'll just keep the duds separate and shoot some more. Yeah, I don't really think it's the gun. I do have it at the highest gas setting though. That did seem to help. I'm thinking of buying maybe another bolt. Because I don't know. However, the feeding issue, when I turned the gas up, there wasn't a feed issue now. It was the ammunition. Ah, there's a dud. All right, so this time, drop the dud. I'm looking over my glasses and not through my glasses. That's better. That's empty. Is there one in the chamber? All right. So we have one dud. Okay, yeah. At this point, with the gas turned up, it's the ammunition. Because now it's feeding every round. So yeah, it's just this old ammunition. Interesting. All right. We'll pause the camera and load the mags again. All right. So I loaded, I think there's 20 rounds, about 10 in each mag. So at this point, I think we've determined that they're duds and not the gun. We did bring the pressure up, the gas pressure up to the highest setting. Removed the spacer and the buffer tube. And there's the dud. Two. I do have a tripod for this. But it's really pointless to bring it out to the range. just for looks more than anything. Kind of a display piece with the firearm on it. Too bad I got a tiny ranch house. I got really no place I can just set it up and look at it on the tripod. Dud. That should be the last one. And we're jammed. Huh, that last one stuck in there. Blew the primer. That is crazy. Blew the primer around the firing pin. That's crazy. I'm going to save that one so I can take a picture of it for the video. Alright, I'm not going to have you watch me reload. Well, I got both mags fully loaded. So there's 30 rounds in each mag. And it doesn't want to feed forward because of the spring tension. Alright. Okay. And it did not cock the hammer. And I just dropped my mag. So with 30 rounds in here, you got quite a bit of spring tension. And it didn't load the round. Anyway, we got a break coming up, so I'll wait. Alright, break's over. I don't know if my return spring's got enough ass to load around. Yeah, see, I don't know if there's a round in there. Yeah, there's a round in there, but it's not, I don't know if we're locked and loaded or not. Let's try it. Is that a dud? Alright. That one felt like it went in. I flinched too. Yeah, it's spring tension on the mag. And it didn't load the next round. It didn't eject the next round. I mean, the first, you know what I meant. It didn't eject the spent round. Yeah, the spring tension is not enough to when you got a full mag, I don't have enough spring tension. And it just partially loaded that. It didn't load it all the way. All right. So you don't want to work with a full mag. That sucks. There's a lot of spring tension on that. So let's drop a few rounds. They are in there tighter than shit. All right, so there's let's see. Now one of those is a one of them's my messed up round. I want to keep that. So yeah, so there's 5, 6. Let's relieve some of the spring tension. Let's see what happens. I think that loaded. Slow to load, but it loaded. It loaded the next round, but it didn't have enough spring tension to bring the hammer forward enough to shoot to fire it. Didn't fire the last round. I believe that's a dud. All right. So it won't shoot full mags. Gabe, if you're watching, I'm wondering if I need a heavier spring in there. I don't know. But spring tension on the mag is slowing the bolt down. With a full magazine. The rest of the problem is duds. So, see, now that goes forward because we don't have a lot of spring tension from the magazine. I'm wondering if I need a heavier recoil spring. I don't know, Gabe. Let me know. It didn't. That case is all boogered up. Put it back in there, see if it'll fire it. It's all dented to hell. Yeah, I don't think that loaded. Yeah, that case is bad. Dented pretty bad. All right, yeah, that one took. Good. Gun is clear. So, all right. Now, this is a full mag. It's 30 rounds. And that spring tension is pretty strong. There may be another issue. I don't know. Maybe I need to lubricate the mags. I really don't know. But you can see, look, it's not going forward. Well, it did. Yeah, I think I need a stronger recoil spring, or something. I'm pretty sure it didn't pick that loud. Yep, I just heard it click in. It didn't reset the trigger. Yep. It does not like full mags. I don't know if it reset the trigger or not. Huh. Yeah, it did not shove that bolt all the way forward. I don't know if it reset the trigger. I bet it didn't. Yeah, it did not reset. That's got some spring tension to it, I can tell you that. Wonder if I weaken the spring tension in the mag, if that would help. That's a thought. Yeah. Look at that. Did you hear the bolt slide forward when I pulled the... It didn't pick up around. Tried to. That's not in there. That is not in there. That's not in there either. Okay. Yep, too much spring tension. Okay, so we'll pull some of these out. Way too much spring tension in that mag. for this recoil spring. Alright, I've taken some out. That loaded. Let's see if it reset the trigger. That's a flyer. These shooting glasses don't work very well with this peep sight. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay. Clear. Yep. So, my issue is duds and magazine spring tension. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I try weakening the recoil spring? And if I do that, and that doesn't work, am I able to get another recoil spring for this magazine? So here's all the ones that wouldn't feed. I'm sure they'll work now. Yep, see, we're good. That was 8. Is that all I had? Empty. All right. So I fired all the ammo that I brought today. I had 1 punctured primer, and I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. I got 9 duds. Now I'm not going to throw these duds away because I'm going to try them in my bolt action at a later date and see if they work. So get back to me, folks. I need some opinions. I'm leaning towards a heavier recoil spring, but right now I'm at my highest gas setting. I know some of the issue is the ammunition, but tell me what you think. And at the break, I'll show you what we did. We're going to look for grouping more than anything else. I've taken the barrel off and back on a couple of times now, and the sights were set for the first time I fired it, and I had really good groups the first time. So I'm wondering how much removing the barrel affects the sight. What's the word I want to use? Where it hits on the paper from the last time out. Okay, we're going to pause it. Okay. So we're going to go down range, and we'll see what kind of group we got with the Bren. I can see from here looks like all of them are on paper. You see right there. hole. Yeah, tore that paper up, didn't it?